Go ahead.
Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents. Through support and resources offered, we aspire to help individuals become shining light parents, meaning a shift from a state of emotional heaviness to one of hopefulness and greater peace of mind. Helping Parents Heal goes a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and afterlife evidence in a non-dogmatic way. Helping Parents Heal affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background, and encourage open dialogue. Attendance at all of our meetings is voluntary. All discussions that take place at affiliate-led meetings are confidential. We hope that participants will learn from and share with each other. Zoom meetings run by leadership are not confidential. These meetings typically feature guest presenters and are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members worldwide can watch and benefit. Neither type of Helping Parents Heal meeting is designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers, allowing parents to learn about many possible ways to heal. This includes presenters covering progressive topics such as afterlife evidence and connecting with our children who have passed. The views expressed by our guest speakers may or may not reflect the opinions of leaders and members, so we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone. We're so glad you're here with us today. Thank you, Pauline.
Yes, we're so thrilled to have Pauline, and she has a tiny bio that I'd like to read right before we start. Pauline has been touched with the gift of clairvoyance since the age of 12 years. Her psychic abilities have developed further over the years, and she now works as an international clairvoyant and medium. She travels across Great Britain and Europe, giving private readings and spiritual healing. Her work also involves offering spiritual teaching. Her greatest pleasure is witnessing the joy on people's faces after offering guidance and delivering messages from their loved ones in spirit to help people on their journeys through life. And she truly is a gift to us, to Helping Parents Heal. She has helped so many parents. We have validation stories in almost every single newsletter about the messages that Pauline has delivered. And without further ado, please join me in welcoming Pauline Mason. Welcome, Pauline.
Hello, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here. Lovely to see so many of you here. I've got some things written down here. I've had kids coming in during the course of the day. But as I was just going to start, I'm just going to throw this out. I need to speak to fathers on here. And I've got a son that's just come into the energy. And he's got a nice haircut. His hair would have been brownish in colour. I feel he was quite tall, and he just wants to come and say hi to his dad. So I don't know if we've got any dads on here that can understand this message.
If you could take that, please put it in the chat for us. Thank you.
So I'm looking for a father who's lost his son, but the son, he's not young. I would say possibly into his 20s, maybe a bit older, quite quietly spoken as he comes in and just wants to come and speak to his father. I just feel there were things left unsaid that he needed to just speak to his dad.
Okay, so let's see, Elizabeth, do you see we have Darren, I think?
Okay, so Darren, you're saying he's not quiet.
And the son is 15 years old. Let's see. Regina is saying that it might be her son. Her husband is right beside her. Let's see. Judy is saying that her son is nearly 16. His dad talks to me, but not on HPH. Brazina is saying our son was 25, now 28. Nothing left unsaid, but my husband has some health issues right now. Okay, so there are a lot of people, but not taking the exact things that you're saying.
Right. Okay. So let's. When I say he's quiet, he's looking very intently at his father, and I just feel he's trying to reach out to him. Whether when this lad passed that they hadn't spoken, or whether there was something to do with his passing, but he's here today because he needs to speak to his father, and that's all he's telling me at the moment. But he's quite tall and he's brown haired.
So do you want to speak to Darren, Pauline, and see if you think it's him, or do you?
So do I have a father on here that would understand that, and that there were maybe things left unsaid, and he's needing to come forward to speak today?
Just write in
So
the chat box. If
Yeah,
you
please. I could see Darren on screen, but I don't think he's put anything else in the.
Okay. So Darren's saying definitely not quiet though. Let's see, can it be directed or for his dad? Can it be direct?
Well, Pauline is saying that it's a dad that's here.
Yes, dad's that's here that he needs to speak to.
Okay. So let's see. Just looking here. Dad not here, but they did not talk for some time. Okay, probably not. Darren is saying that his son was not tall, about 5'9". That's tall for some people, I guess. Though.
Yeah.
He's when I'm 5'2".
Yeah. So it looks like it could be either Virgin or Darren. So I don't know if Virgin said her son is 6'3", dark hair.
Dark hair. Okay, but the dad's not there now. Dad's not with her.
I think she said her husband was beside her. Is that correct, Virgin?
Just here, but left. But it does make sense to me. He was supposed to stay for the meeting but had to go. So Judy C is saying that we're okay.
Yeah, Virgin said her husband is beside me. So I'm
right.
Yes, we are at a clinic in Mexico and having treatment. So maybe we should
okay, can I speak to him?
Yeah, 6'3" is definitely tall.
So is this Virgin you want me to unmute?
Virgin,
okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, I've asked her to unmute.
Hi there.
Hi, Virgin.
Hi, Virgin. I can see you now. You're down at the bottom there. Hi.
Hi.
So do you understand what I'm saying? He was a tall lad, dark hair, but I just feel that there was. He needs to speak to his dad, whether there was something that they needed to clear up and it didn't get done, or words left unspoken.
Towards the end, our son couldn't talk. Let me come over beside my husband. Towards the end, our son couldn't talk because he went through cancer. So definitely for the last 2 weeks of his life, he wasn't able to communicate with us.
Okay. Can I carry on? Hello.
Hello.
If I say to you that he's coming forward to speak to his father, are you not very well at the moment?
Yeah.
You're not very well. So
No.
he's coming forward to give you some support here and to give you hope, because if you have hope, you can hang on. Do you understand? So
I understand that, yes.
So he's coming in to talk about that. Could he make things with his hands, or did you make things with your hands?
I would say I made them. I would make things with my hands.
Right. And he would have liked them, played with them growing up. I feel he was around you a lot. I feel he was very much a son to you. I feel he brought light into your lives, and I really want to say he was the perfect son. I'm not going to say he was never naughty, because he was, but what he's portraying to me now is this feeling of get me to him, I can help, and they can help. So I want to say to you, hold on to that light that he brings you, because it's most important that you do that. He's also showing me crystals. I don't know if you've actually got crystals or use crystals.
We have some crystals at home.
You have crystals at home. And I want to talk about some of his clothes still at home.
A lot of them here.
I want to talk about the memories. I want to say you can smell him. And what I mean by that is everybody has a smell, but he says, you know, he's there. He comes in very gently. He looks as though he's got quite long fingers as he's putting his hands out towards me. And I just feel that music is important to his dad as well. And he wants you to listen to music because that's a form of healing for you. And this is very important. And I feel quite emotional bringing all of this forward for you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't let them get to me, but I do, unfortunately. So I come with so much love for you from him. Hold on to the light. God bless you both, and thank you for working with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. You know, it's hard not to get involved, and I try so hard, but I fail miserably. All right. Thank you very much for talking to me. The next is, it was a crowd of lads on a river, a rapid, or rafts or something. It was rocky. I want to say they were, I don't know whether they were between 17 and a bit older. And one of these lads was injured, and I feel that he went under. I'm feeling that he was unconscious, but they couldn't bring him back from it. I'm not sure what actually happened here. I feel that the ambulances came and they were rushed, but they were at a part that it was difficult to get vehicles in to get him out. So does anybody understand this before I go on anymore? So a boy on rapids or water, fast, very fast flowing, on rafts, it was rocky, and he banged his head, and I'm feeling he was unconscious, but I don't feel he ever regained consciousness.
So if anyone resonates with this, please let us know, if possible. We have a lot of people saying that first reading was beautiful, Pauline.
Thank you.
Okay. So far, how interesting. That's very specific. Nobody's taking it though.
Right, now if I've got any part of it wrong and you understand some of it, I know there's water, there was a group of lads, and he got injured. He got injured, but I'm feeling that I wasn't conscious.
Yeah. I wonder if it's someone that isn't here. You know, Elizabeth, yesterday was Jenny Lyle's son's angel date, and that's how he passed.
Yeah, Kenneth. I don't know, possibly. That might be, that's interesting because they're usually here, both Jenny and Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too
They're
bad.
in Florida. They're on a little vacation trip.
Okay, so does nobody else understand it?
No.
Was it a rainy day? Well, all I'm seeing is the water.
So one mom is asking if that's Joe McQuillan's son's story, but not really. It was on a lake. At
No,
night.
this is a fast flowing water.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Everything is correct, but not the hitting the head. So Judy is saying everything is correct. So mine was not fast water though. But it was in a boat, Judy, is that right? Or a raft or something like that? I don't know. Let's see. No, they were.
It's not lake. No, it's definitely fast flowing water, and they were coming down. So there was an incline they were coming through.
Okay.
But if you think this is possibly for someone who's not here tonight,
It could be. I think that it sounds a lot like what Irene said, that it might be for some parents who are usually on here, but they aren't. But it was their son's angel date yesterday. Is that correct?
Yes, and that's how he passed. And they went away to be
When
away
you-
for his angel day.
when you're talking about an angel day, and because he was making me aware of in England we'll call it an anniversary or a celebration of life,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was the day he passed yesterday.
right,
It was
okay,
the
yes.
anniversary of the day he
So
passed.
yeah, okay, I'm going to go with this then. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to keep it short because he desperately wants his family to know that he's aware of what happened. He's aware of the celebration of his life, which it should be a celebration of his life. And he hopes he left enough memories behind him that they could gather those up and smile and laugh and think what short period of time they had with him. It was wonderful. And that's really what he wants to say.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Is he there with anyone else? Do you see anyone with him?
There's a grandfather with him.
Okay, good. That's wonderful.
Well, we'll make sure to tell Jenny to watch this, Jenny and Dave to
Yes,
watch this.
yes.
Okay, so definitely a grandfather. If it's not grandfather figure, an elderly gentleman stands next to him.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, thank you. Now this next one, I need somebody that would understand um, a young woman, whether she was a daughter or connected to the family. She was pregnant and she miscarried, and she lost the baby, but she also lost her life as well. I don't feel she was particularly well. I feel there were blood problems. I can see blood clots running along here, so I know there were things there that weren't quite right with her, and consequently she lost this baby, and she lost her life as well. She's very fragile looking, long hair.
Um, hmm. So does this resonate with anyone? What Pauline is saying? Yeah, it's funny that two in a row are not resonating with anyone. That's true. Doesn't usually happen that way.
Don't worry then. I'll move on from it. I'll move on from it. Shall I? Yeah.
Sure, unless we get something a little later in the chat box, but that's fine. That sounds good.
Right. Okay. Now I have a young man coming in here now, and he's sat himself in a bed. So I know he was poorly. I feel he suffered with a fatigue. I feel he suffered with some form of a depression around him as well. He was on medication, but I feel that this medication that he had, whatever it was, wasn't the right medication for him. And through this, he lost his life. And I feel there was some question mark over what it was, how he'd got hold of it, and where was the fault in it. But he comes through to try and put things right, to allow people to understand that he hadn't done anything wrong at all, and this was just something that didn't agree with his system, wasn't agreeing with any other medication that he was taking. But I know he was depressed. I know he was quite unhappy within himself.
Okay. Does this resonate with anyone? The young man. Let's see. We're going to get anyone. My son took his life, but was not on meds. Okay. Thanks, Valerie. I don't know if that resonates with you, Pauline, or not.
I feel he was depressed, and whatever he was taking was going to lift him, but it didn't.
Okay. So, we don't have anybody else oh, my son took his life, might be. So, let's see. Karen is saying that this might be her son. Do you want to maybe speak to her?
Yeah, can speak to Karen. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and Melissa is saying, can you repeat that? I got kicked out. Well, this was about a son who was having trouble with medication that he was taking, and he was depressed. And I know, Melissa, you have a daughter in spirit, so I don't think that this would apply, but let's see.
I asked Karen to unmute. I don't know if you want to
Okay.
speak with her. Hi, Karen.
Hi. Yeah, my son took his life, but he wasn't on anything really uh, long prescribed. He was self-medicating to try and calm down his
Okay.
OCD.
All right. I just see him in a bed and suffering with anxiety,
Mhm.
and he just needed to take something to calm him down. That's what he said to me. I do feel that if I take you back a bit, he would have taken some kind of stuff there that would have made him feel happier, and he could have got through life easier with it. I do feel he was trying not to do that anymore because it was becoming addictive to him. And this one tablet, it was just a fatality.
He did not die of the drugs. He ended his life with a rifle.
No. No, this lad, it would have stopped his heart.
Oh, not my son.
No, I'm sorry. No.
Oh, good. Thank you for speaking to us, Karen. Let's see, I'm going to take the spotlight off. And then, so Regina is saying could be my son. So let's just find out. So it was actually the medication that was at the root of the reason that the child, that the son passed. Okay.
Some past, yeah.
So, let's see. Regina's saying overdose of fentanyl. So I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about. We have someone named iPhone 4 on here whose son passed through suicide. He had cocaine in his system. So that's also another.
I don't feel this lad meant to end his life at all. I feel he had taken drugs. I feel he just needed to get some peace. He needed to take whatever it was he had to calm him down. But I feel it actually stopped his heart.
Okay, so maybe the overdose of fentanyl or the cocaine would probably be a possible way of their heart stopping, but I don't know if that's what happened or not. Let's see. So Regina is saying her son did not intentionally end his life. Well, an overdose, that's
No,
true.
he didn't. No, he didn't. He took something just to calm him.
So
But
I'd like to talk to Regina. So her son passed of a fentanyl overdose, but it wasn't intentional. Do you want to see with her, or does that not resonate with you? There's also, let's see, there's other people asking if it's deliberate or an accident, and you were saying that it's an accident. It wasn't something that was
yeah, he
supposed.
didn't do this deliberately. He just needed to have some peace and sleep. I just feel he needed to sleep,
Okay.
but he never woke up.
Again, there's another iPhone 4, unfortunately, that doesn't have a real name. My son passed away via suicide. He had, that suicide, he had cocaine in his system. So that was on purpose. So Regina sounds like the one that would be
Okay.
the most, Mary is saying, that sounds like my son. So Mary, I'm not sure why you think this. Let's
He
see.
didn't tell me what he took. He just said he took it, and that was it. He just went into a state of unconsciousness, and it stopped his heart.
Okay, so Melissa is also saying, Melissa Mathis, that her son's was an accident. Let's see. Christy's saying my son overdosed and was found in bed. Aaron is saying my son also had an accidental overdose and had mental history. So there are several people now who are identifying with this. So
I do feel that I'm not going to say, I do feel he was unbalanced and he just needed to get into his room, to get into his bed, and he took this tablet. But I feel that he'd suffered with this for a little while in his life, this taking of drugs of some sort, which he tried to stop, but he couldn't. But I feel he'd got off of some of them. So I don't know what this was he had, but it wasn't an intentional suicide. Definitely not.
Goodness gracious. So Melissa is saying my son's heart stopped, but not intentional. He passed in his sleep. Not sure if it's him coming through. Okay.
Yeah. Could
So,
be that.
oh gosh, there are a lot of people right now who are identifying with what you're saying. A Zoom user is saying my son passed from fentanyl laced cocaine. He was overworked. Christy B is saying my son was found in bed, suffering depression, losing his son's mother. So that's another possibility. Maybe you could give a little bit more information to see if anyone can
He
identify.
just pushes his hair back, so I do feel his hair was onto his shoulders.
Okay.
A lovely face. I feel he was very in tune with life. How can I describe him to you? Somebody, we would call them hippies in England. They would have taken whatever they took, and they were always happy, and that's how I felt he was. But then it got a hold of him, and he took more than he should have taken. And I feel he tried to get back off of it, but then this tablet, whatever it was, whether it was cut with something, and it I don't know, but it took his life. But it wasn't intentional. He didn't do it and he needs to tell his family this.
Okay. So I've had I've had someone tell me twice that it might be Frankie, who is Annamalina's son, because he was taking meds to help him sleep because his brother, Jose Luis, had passed.
She just came in, Elizabeth. She just joined.
Okay. So Anna, Pauline is right now speaking to a young man who passed from taking a pill. He was in his bed, he was depressed, and we think possibly that it could be Frankie. And would you like to unmute and talk to Pauline? Is that possible? And Irene, can you unmute her?
Yes, I've asked her to unmute. Hi, Anna.
Hi, how are you? Yes, that's right.
Hi, Anna. Can I talk to you?
Yes, of course, Pauline.
And would he have had hair onto his shoulders?
What do I what?
Did he have longish hair?
Yes and no. Sometimes he would let it grow and wear it long, and sometimes he would just cut it all.
Right. Okay. And would he have been very much in tune with himself and life, and a bit rebellious? But I don't feel there was any harm in him. I don't feel there was any aggression there. But I do feel that he started to suffer with this depression, and he couldn't shake it off. But he was so tired. That's all he kept saying to me. I'm so tired.
Yes, exactly. That's how he was. Very rebellious, but just rebellious, but not no harm to anybody.
No harm to anybody, but rebellious. He would have had strong ideas, strong views of what he thought as well. Very, very strong.
Very.
And he would have spoken his mind like that. And I do feel he got into some arguments by being that way. But there was certainly nothing malice about this lad as he comes in here today.
Yeah,
I
very
quite affectionate. He's trying to put his arms around you. He's trying to let you know that he's right here beside you. And I feel he would kiss your face as well. He wants to pull on your hair, and he just wants to talk about family life and how loved he was.
That's exactly what he used to do.
Thank you. Perfect. Christmas time Christmas time was a very special time. There would have been certain ornaments that he would have put on the tree that would have gone
Yes.
year after year after year, the same ornaments and the same energy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he's so excited to be here today. You know, he said he just needs to reach out to you. He says you mustn't let yourself slip down. You've got to stay up high, and he's going to make sure you do that.
Pauline, you're amazing. I asked him this morning, just give me a sign. Wow.
And is there a special scarf? Because he's just thrown a scarf around me.
Oh, because he knows I love scarves.
Right. Okay. Well, he comes and he wants you to know that that nothing was intentional. It was a step too far, and that he was taken quite quickly. But he said he felt no pain. It was almost like walking into a mist. That's beautiful. I've never seen that before. Like walking into a mist. I do feel he had a lot of friends, but I do feel also that a lot of people still keep in touch with you.
Yes. All his friends call me.
Very, very much
All
so.
his-
And do you have his phone?
Yes, I do.
And are you constantly looking at the pictures on it?
Not myself, but my other son does.
Good, good.
And shows
Um,
me.
And he'll never grow old. And he keeps telling me that. Tell her I'll never grow old. And for me, a rose is definitely something that you give to someone that you love so very much. And he puts this flower in my hand to give to you, to share his love with you, to know that he's there with you all the time, and to thank you for life.
His last gift on Mother's Day was a rose.
Oh my God. Wonderful. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you.
I hope
Pauline.
I've helped you. Thank you very much.
I did feel him. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
So I just want to say that Ana is our Helping Parents Heal Ana Español affiliate leader. She does so much for everyone in this group. So it's really wonderful that you brought this this reading with Frankie through to her, because there
Yeah,
can't
and
be
she just came on during
any-
all of this with what Pauline was saying. So
Yes.
Yes, so she came on at just the right time.
Amazing. That's amazing.
As it's meant to be. As it's meant to be. Okay, I tend to write stuff down as I'm working, and I had another one here, and it was a young man, very slim again. I feel he liked open top cars. I don't know if he actually enjoyed riding in one himself. He liked to dance. He suffered with depression, and I feel he slipped into this depressive state. He would have liked fun fairs, but I'm feeling also that there was some accident at a fun fair as well that would link him to you. So a young man, very slim, open top cars, loved to dance. He suffered depression, but something about a fun fair accident. I don't know if this happened when he was younger, but I feel that's the link to pull him to you.
So does anyone identify with this, either here or just about to join us maybe? So Kamiko from Tucson is raising her hand, but what we need is you to just write in the chat box. Kamiko, do you know how to write in the chat box and just let us know if this resonates with you? If you could just let us know what resonates, that would be wonderful. And if anybody else finds that this resonates with them, it's interesting how when we started out with Anna, there weren't very many people who were, I mean, everybody was taking it, but not really. And then all of a sudden, a lot of stuff that you said resonated with a lot of different people. But I'm wondering for this young man, is there anything else maybe that, let's see. Okay, Kamiko is saying, yes, slim body. I was told that he had issues from friends, maybe something I didn't know. Fun day. Okay, fun day. Not sure what. So was that like a fun fair or something down in Tucson maybe? Should we speak to Kamiko because it looks like he had Sunday fun day? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I've asked her to unmute.
okay, great.
Hi, Kamiko.
Hi.
So let's see if we can find you. Can you say hi again just so I can
At the
find?
top
Hi.
there. Hi, Chemo.
Oh, there we go.
So you understand he was very slim
Yes.
and something to do with open top cars.
Yes.
He suffered depression. He loved to dance, but there was some sort of accident at a fun fair.
Yeah, well, there was something that happened. Yeah, and they call it Sunday Fun Day, which is the day they just hang out. So it wasn't like a fair, but very
Okay.
slim, hard.
All right. As he comes in again and comes a lot closer. He says he was misunderstood. People didn't really understand him. But I do feel that he did slip into a depression. I do feel that, and I do feel that he decided that he didn't want to stay. He didn't want to stay within this world, and he took his transition. But he's not saying what happened. But I just know that he suffered depression so badly, but he masked it well by dancing and being a bit of a fool with people, but a funny person.
Yeah, he was. It sounds like him.
So you understand everything I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. How well did you know him?
I mean, I question how well I know him now. I thought I knew him.
Okay. But he comes. He just comes, and you must have been extremely close to him as a friend, or just very close to him.
Yeah, can I say my relationship?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, he's my son.
And you would have laughed together. You would have had a lot of fun together.
Yes.
But it's the fun fair. I know he loved the fun fairs, and I know he loved to dance, and that's all he's basically telling me. But I know he decided that he couldn't continue because I feel he was getting deeper and deeper into depression. And I don't know if he'd actually talked to you about it.
No, his friends would say that he had a drinking problem, and it's nothing that killed him. But I didn't see that.
No. Okay. I just see him lapsing into unconsciousness, and then he took his transition. He's not giving me an awful lot else. He's just reaching out to ease your pain, really.
Yeah, I'm wherever I am right now with everything. How we deal with losing a child. I wonder, you said you saw him dancing.
Mm.
He loved dancing. He loved
He
dancing.
loved, as long as he loved the dancing, because that was one of the big. That was the second thing: the open top card, then the dancing, then the depression, fun fairs, accidents, and then he couldn't carry on. But I need to bring him to you because we all struggle when bad things like this happen to us, and he knows you're struggling. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Sending you huge healing love. Thank you. Okay, there's another one here. I want a female, and I don't know if the name Carrie or anything like that fits around here. She was very clever. She became unwell. She had chest problems. I feel she collapsed. And I can see it all in the lungs, and I can see possibly blood clots there. But I'm feeling in my heart of hearts there's some sort of a COVID link here. And if that isn't her name, I just need it as somebody would understand that name. But she was very clever.
So let's see. Carmen is saying everything but the name.
That's fine. That's fine. Does that name fit in anywhere else around anybody else you know?
Okay, so yeah, other people are saying everything but the name as well. So
Right. So let's take the name away, because I knew it wasn't her name. It was just a name I heard come in.
okay. So let's see here now. Mary Kay is saying everything but the name. Daughter had blood cancer, clots. Nicole says, I can take some of it, no COVID, but passed when COVID started, not her name.
COVID. Yeah, okay. I need the blood clots. I need them in the lungs, but I need her extremely clever. It's
I
over
think
here.
it's, yeah, Carmen. Do you see Carmen just said they diagnosed her with COVID, but she had blood clots?
Okay, so that sounds right. Yeah. Why don't we go with Carmen then? That's okay, unless is that okay to go ahead and unmute?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
I'm just looking for her. Okay. Okay, I've asked her to unmute.
So
Hi, Carmen.
Hi,
yes. Hi, Carmen.
hi.
I can't see Carmen. Wave at me, Carmen. Oh, hi, Carmen.
I'm
Hi.
Pauline.
Hi. So you understand she was very clever.
She's very smart, yes, clever.
Would I mean in England we graduate and do stuff like that? Do you do that? Do you go?
We do. Unfortunately, she passed the summer before her senior year of high school, so
But she was
missed the-
showing promise.
Oh, yes, very
Yeah,
much
she was
so.
showing
She would have
promise.
gone to college,
Right,
yes, yeah.
I want a pretty girl, but she became unwell. There were chest problems, but I do see blood clots, and I know the lungs were suffering. She would have collapsed. But the COVID's here, so if you understand that there was some connection with it, if they said she had it and she didn't, but I know the word COVID would have been mentioned.
Oh, yeah, it's she had two episodes, and both times they just kept saying COVID, even though they wouldn't, the first time they didn't test her at all.
That's
It was
fine.
so early
Okay.
on, and yeah.
All right. So can I work with you, please?
Oh, sure, yes, thank you.
All right, so let's bring her really close now. And I've got this very pretty face as she comes in, and she shows me her hands. Would she have liked to wear little rings or things on her fingers?
No, not too much.
Never wore a ring,
I wouldn't say never.
right? Because I'm being made aware of a ring. I'm being made aware of her hands. So did she make things? Did she do things with her hands?
Well, she did do a lot of art projects at school.
Right, so
She
it's art.
also
Yeah,
played sports
yeah.
played volleyball, was her big sport.
So I just feel she was very, very active. I feel she was very popular. I feel from the minute she got up, she was rushing about, trying to cram as much into her day as she could possibly get there. I do see her on a sort of like a big field. So did she play anything that was on a field, a grass or something like that?
She played softball when she
Right.
was
I don't know what it
Yep.
is, but she's showing me that, and she talks about I can see something she's writing in. So did she keep a journal or something that she kept notes on?
She did keep a journal, and I have some of her journal writing on this little necklace that I have right beside me.
Right, thank you. And she shows me a heart that's broken. But did anybody buy a necklace like that, like 2 pieces?
No, but I have artwork of stained work that she did that was of a heart that I see in my mind often, but it's
Right.
not broken.
It's not broken. She puts a jagged line through it, broken heart.
That's mine.
Yeah, it certainly is. She talks about I feel as she was little, she used to play a lot, and I'm seeing little things she played with. I don't even know what they are. But little, I don't know whether they're little things she put into a house or something. But she was a very contented kid, but she was always wanting to be one step ahead. She wanted to learn more. She wanted to do more.
Oh yes, she was very passionate about life.
All right. Did
Yep.
she ever want to learn a different language?
She did. She was in her would have been in her 5th year of Spanish.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
Because it's a different
Mhm.
language. I'm hearing her chattering away to me, and and she was quite a daredevil as well. I want to say there was nothing this girl was frightened of. Did she ever dive off of diving boards?
Oh, she would do that. She
Right.
also
Okay.
flew in a small, when she was like in 3rd grade, she went up in a single engine small man-made plane with some older gentlemen, and she wasn't scared of anything. She would do anything.
She's not frightened of anything, and she wasn't frightened of this. But she thought she was going to come through this. Were they also giving her oxygen?
Um,
Because I'm looking at cylinders.
she would have for the last couple hours, yes.
Okay, all right. And
Yep.
I'm feeling her eyes would follow you round the room when you were near her.
We spent a lot of time together.
Yeah. But extremely close to her. And she comes forward today to make you aware that without you, none of this could have happened. She wouldn't have got the grades. She wouldn't have got the push that you gave her. You gave her everything, and she needs you to know how grateful and how much she loves you. And I need to tell you that.
Oh, thank you so much. That means so much. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. And there must be a card or something that she made for you, whether it was a long time ago or whatever. But I know you have that as well.
It's right over there. It's her last Mother's Day card to me that I keep on my dresser.
That's lovely. All right. I'm going to leave her with you. She's tried so hard to come in here today. I'm not worried about the name of Carrie. I don't know what drew me to that, but maybe you'll come across a Carrie on your travels. But she says, always remember that she's just a breath away. They're just a breath away from us. And I'm gonna leave her love with you, and bless you, and thank you very much.
Thank you. And bless.
I wanted to just let you know, Pauline, that there's another mom who is actually taking everything, and her name is Mary Kay. Her daughter was on oxygen for many years, and she, it sounds like a lot of the things that you were telling Carmen resonate also with her. So everyone in the chat box is saying that we have to recognize Mary Kay as well. I don't know if you want to speak to her.
Yes, of course I will. Of course I
That would
will.
be wonderful.
Okay, I asked her to unmute. Hi, Mary Kay.
Hi.
Mary Kay, can you wave at me? Ah, there you are at the top. Hello. How interesting. I've been very drawn to you. I kept looking at you thinking that what a lovely face that lady's got. You've jumped. There you are. You've gone over there now. Okay. So you understand everything that I've said there?
I understand absolutely everything. And it's quite ironic because when my daughter was in hospice, I had this overwhelming urge to contact a friend of mine, like an old high school friend of mine that I haven't talked to in 40 years. But it was like, it was driving me crazy. I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I ended up contacting her because I just couldn't stop thinking of it. And it turns out, without any of my knowledge, that she is a shaman. She's a death doula. And one of the things that she's very, it's her specialty or whatever, is that she helps people and animals pass. Well, and here I was with my daughter in hospice. And for whatever reason, I contacted her again this morning, and she happened to tell me that she's in Michigan with her sister, Carrie, who's undergoing chemotherapy and radiation for brain cancer. So there's that definite tie.
That name of Carrie. Yeah.
The Carrie, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's just very ironic because this is the same person. The whole thing is the synchronicity is like crazy. I've got her. It was just her birthday. It was just my birthday. We just did a celebration of life for her, all within this last week. And I literally was looking at all her handmade and my handmade cards, both to me, for us back and forth, because we always made handmade cards. She had blood cancer for 12 years and had so many clots and embolisms in her lungs and in her heart. And she passed during COVID, and it was just so, it's been really, really hard. She's my youngest of 5.
Mary Kay, I'm so sorry to hear your story, but I mean, you've even picked up the name of Carrie here, so let's bring her closer here. But I feel that even when she was in hospital, that she would have still had a smile for you.
I never left her side. I was with her always. I retired. I just was with her always.
She also
she always smiled for me.
Yeah, always smiling. And
we always
she must have had soft toys as a youngster, because she's showing me these soft toys. She's showing me this big heart as well.
Yeah.
And she
keeps giving me rocks, and I paint rocks in the shape of hearts.
Good. The heart is very important. She's actually put my name on a rock, and she's put Pauline on it with red love hearts around it. So I know she's here as well. So I want you to realize that she's so happy to be here. But the more important than anything, she hasn't got any of this pain anymore, because I do feel that it was a job to breathe. She couldn't get a breath. I see her sitting up, but then she has to lay down again. I feel her back painful for her. But I'm wanting to rub her legs. I feel there wasn't a lot of life in her legs. And she's just so pleased to be here. Now she keeps bringing a teddy bear in. Was one on her bed, or did you give her a teddy bear?
Yes.
Okay. And now she hands me a file of, she calls it angel dust. It's like gold fragments. Does that mean something to you?
We have a glass figure that was made, and it's got gold flecks going through it, kind of like a whoosh like that. And it also has her ashes in it. So it's a glass piece of artwork.
That's perfect. That's perfect. She's happy that I picked all that up. And she must have sung when she could, this girl.
Oh my God. Yes. She sang. That singing was her biggest love.
And she sings like an angel.
Yes.
She sings like an angel. She wants you to take care of yourself, Mary Kay. And what's going on with your eyes? Do you need to put eye drops in? Something going on with your eyes at the moment?
That's the weirdest thing. She says, I get these flashbacks
Mm.
or something where I like see, it looks like I have a screen behind my eyes. And then my eyes are very, very affected when I get these things, and I don't know what it is. It's like for about 36 hours after this happens to me, my eyes are extremely sensitive.
Very sensitive to light. But
Yes.
I just do feel you need some kind of drops in there, Mary Kay, to help you. But you know, I'm going to say something to you, and I don't often do this. But Mary Kay, I want you to contact me, and I want you to let me do a sitting for you.
Really?
You contact me, Mary Kay, and
Okay.
I'll do a sitting for you.
Thank you so much.
I just feel there's so much more I've got to say to you. So if you'll be happy to do that, I hope I haven't overstepped the mark here, anybody. But
Thank you.
I just feel I need to do that. You get my name and I'll do it for you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Now, I've still got time, haven't I? Can I do one more?
Yes, you can. And I just want to say, Mary Kay, before you get off, please be sure to send us this information in a validation for the newsletter if you'd like to, with a picture of your daughter, and we'll put it into the newsletter, but you might get more from Pauline as well. So I'm going to send you my email to send it to if you'd like to, and we'd love to have that. So yes, go ahead, Pauline. Let's do one more.
Thank you so very much.
You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. She's making me cry here. Now, I had this little girl walk into the centre, and I was telling the girls I was doing a sitting, and this little girl just walked straight through. She has dark hair, very pretty face, with great big eyes, and I feel her eyes were dark as well, like a hazel or brown colour as she came in. And she's just walking towards me, and she's still here now, and I'm just wondering if anybody here understands her. I want to say she could be 5, 6, no more than 7, and she's smiling now. She came in looking a bit bedraggled when she first came, as if her clothes needed pulling up and sorting out on her. She's not telling me what happened to her, but I know she's here, and I had a feeling she was for here tonight. So very quickly, can anybody understand the loss of a daughter here? Little girl, very pretty, brown hair, big eyes.
So let's see, we don't have anyone responding yet. Let's see, it sounds like my daughter when she was young. So Lynn,
Right.
so would that apply if this was the way that she was when she was young? Or
Did she have big brown eyes? Oh, it's the eyes I'm looking at.
let's see, Sandy's saying that sounds like my daughter when she was young, huge hazel eyes. Let's see, Carmen is saying mine too. Lynn is saying yes. Okay.
But she's very pretty. She's not telling me what happened to her, because sometimes that doesn't matter. But she's coming forward here tonight. But I feel she's dishevelled, so I don't know if that fits. I feel her clothes need to be sorted out on her. I don't know what's happening here. Does anybody understand that as well?
Let's see. So
Sabina has her hand raised. Sabina, can you type in the chat, please?
yeah, Sabina, please put in the chat whatever you'd like to say, if possible. Let's see. My daughter always had clothes all over a mess, but 32. Okay. My daughter's clothes were a mess. Lena Discus. Okay. But both of those daughters are older. They're not 5, 6,
No, she was a
7.
little one. She's just a little one.
Okay. my daughter was disoriented when we went to the ER. She dressed herself quite disorderly. But was she 5, 6, or 7? Let's see. So her hair was always crazy. My daughter was always trying an odd clothing, but past older. Okay. Black eyes, black hair, always looked younger because if short stature 18, but looked 12 or so. Okay, of short stature 18, but looked 12 or so. So this is Sabina. Okay, that's younger. I'm not sure. Does that fit that she was disheveled, Sabina? Let's see.
5'10", 4'10". Yeah, I looked her straight in the eye as she walked in, but it's the disheveled, but she was so beautiful, it didn't matter. That's all I was looking at was the face. She could put a sack on her and she'd look gorgeous.
Okay. So, does anybody identify with that? Amy says, I had a daughter like that. Regina is saying thank you to everyone. Okay.
My daughter was 5 foot, but looked, everyone, I had to leave now. No, the one before that was quite interesting, but.
Okay. Let's see. So Sabina is saying 4'10". That sounds maybe like that would work, but I don't know. She didn't like to dress up, but we all think our kids are gorgeous. Okay. My daughter was 5 foot, but looked very young for Lana, but she passed much later in life. That was amazing. Okay. Well, does any of this resonate with you, Pauline? Do you see what's being written? My daughter was under 5 foot, gorgeous with almond shaped eyes. Used to take her clothes off when she was little. She was 22 though. That's a lot older.
No, that's too old. No, she was just a little girl. And I'm wondering if her passing was anything to do with the fact of her clothes were disheveled, whether they, I'm feeling that there was hospital involved here. Yeah, she's showing me more now. There was hospital involved here, and I feel these clothes were either cut off her or taken off her very quickly.
Okay, nobody identifies. Let's see, one person is saying 12 years old. But can you take, okay, Sabina is saying
Hospital.
she was in hospital. Okay. Let's see, 12 years old, okay. Clothes cut off in hospital. So was she very young? To Mom's iPhone, which is the name that we have. Let's see. Oh,
Wow.
12 years old, okay.
Yeah, I can see the clothes being cut off her. Yeah, definitely cut off her.
So let's try Mom's iPhone if that's okay. Irene,
Yep.
can you do that?
Yep, I'm trying to find her. It's not coming up. Oh, see if you can find her. I'm typing it in, Elizabeth, but it's not coming up.
That's interesting. Okay. I got it. Okay, I'm asking her to unmute. So you can unmute
Thanks.
now, Mom's iPhone. We'll need to know what your name is though. Okay, go ahead and say hi.
Hi,
Wave at me. Where are you?
I'm here.
Say that again.
Mom's iPhone. I don't know why I'm Mom's iPhone. I should have my name. My name is Beth.
Okay.
I still can't see you, Beth. Wave at me. Can you wave at me?
Hello.
She's
Oh,
spotlight.
Beth, I can see you. Hi, hi. All right. So a very, very beautiful child.
She is.
And would have been taken into hospital and the clothes cut off her.
Yes, because we waited in the waiting room for 2 hours
Right.
back. And by that time, I already knew when she laid down,
that something was wrong.
Yeah.
More wrong than what they said was wrong. And so they had to cut for and then it all transpired from there over the
Right.
next.
Okay, and she didn't come out of hospital.
Mm-mm.
No, she didn't come out of hospital. And I'm feeling, and I'm being taken to the stomach area as well, and that's not looking comfortable, as if things weren't in the right place.
Well, that might just be her pancreas, maybe.
Right. Okay.
It
Any problems with her head?
That was what eventually was her cause of death was cerebral edema.
Yeah, back of the neck. I'm feeling it there now. Okay, all right. I'm feeling that as she comes again, she came this afternoon. She didn't want to be missed, and she reminded me of it when we were starting to shut down. So I know this is an important message for you. That
I've been asking her, come on.
but listen, don't blame yourself for the fact that you had that 2-hour wait, because things happen in this world and we don't know why they happen. We don't know why kids have to go anyway, because kids have only just touched the earth when they're whisked away from us. Why do bad things happen? But she's laughing now and she's coming in, and she must do things to you, Beth, that you know it's her, but you're not 100% sure.
For sure. Since the very first, like the second day after her organ donation surgery.
Yeah.
She likes electronics.
Yeah.
A lot.
Okay. So that's easy for them to interfere with it. And I find it quite fascinating.
I found two, but my dog stole them, as usually happens.
Okay. And did she have an animal that was hers after she passed? That animal was still with us?
Oh, yeah. Well, so actually two. We had gotten, so our cat was 21 years old when she died. 20. Abby died February of 21.
Okay, because she talks about the animals she left behind, but she wants you to remember her, that beautiful face. I can't get over it, and that she wasn't panicking. She said you were.
Yeah.
But she wasn't, and she kept calm. But again, thank you for giving her life. Thank you for giving her life.
They gave us life, and we're
Yeah.
glad we 12 years.
Absolutely. All right. She keeps showing me a little silver fish. I don't know what that is.
Ah! One of her best friends moved to Hawaii a little while after she died, and she had already told her that she would take care of the fish. So I kept the promise and took the fish.
Okay, that's fine then. That confirms it's you then.
Mother.
But she's welcome in my centre anytime she wants to come, because she's so beautiful. Such a beautiful child. Thank you very, very much for coming on, Beth, and taking her, and the silverfish.
Yes, thank you. And I just want to remind Beth and everyone that might have gotten a reading today, it's always so wonderful to be able to have these validation stories for the newsletter. So if you're able to, please write about your validation story. I include a link to this video, and a picture, obviously, of your daughter would just be wonderful. And my email is easy. It's just elizabeth@helpingparentsheal.org. So please do remember to send that to me, because it's so nice for Pauline to have that, but it's also so great for parents to read about this. And thank you, Pauline, for being here with us today. And we truly appreciate it. And I just turned my video off. That's not what we want to do. And I also just want to remind everyone to to unmute themselves and say thank you and good
Thank you, Pauline.
And join us tonight with
Thank you,
Lisa
Pauline.
at
So
8
much.
o'clock.
evening.
Take
Thank you,
care,
Pauline.
Thank you,
everyone.
Pauline.
Thank you, Pauline.
Thank
See
you.
you
all
later.
tonight.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank
See you
you.
in
Bye.
September.